dhexayso waxruurtana ka wada hadlayna waa mustaqbalkeedii ajir ayaa noo sugnaaday insha Allah waana dhici doonaa shirarka
waxaa habboon ilmahan inaan ku barbaarino afka dhaqanka ayuu u taagan yahay waxaad kaloo xasuusataan cunug markuu afku barto waxa waaye luqadaha kale way u sahlanayaan qofku markuu laba luqad ku hadlo iyo markuu hal ku hadlo waa u sahlan kastoo qaad cunuga markii la baro 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 markii la baro sida loogu tiriyo afka Soomaaliya sida loogu tiriyo ingiriisku baa loo sahlanaysa marka waxa waaye afka dhaqanka ayuu u taagan yahay marka waxaan ku dhiirigelin waalidiinta marka ugu horeyso in ilmaha afka la baro sida loo qoro waalidka naftiisa hadduu af Soomaali kaleento waalidka waxaan ku dardaarmayaa runtii aad aan ugu liidano aniga koob aan ka ahay waalidka waxaa inuu xiriir joogto ah la yeesho iskuulka ay ilmaha dhigtaan waxaan ku dhiirigelinayaa inaad ka qayb gashaan kulanka waalidiinta balse meeting inaad ka qayb gashaan fikradiina aad ka dhiibataan xataa haddaad waqti u hayn iskuulka sitimaanka ama labada sitimaanba hal la booqo wiilkii ama gabadhii ha arkaano aabihii ama hooyadii oo xafiiska taagan oo macalinka la sheekayna haddii hataa luqadii ficil kugu taagan jabso markaas waxaa waaye intaas ayaan kusoo gabagabaynayaa wixii su-aal la diyaarana insha allah asalaamu calaykum waraxmatullahi wabarakaatu
Good afternoon. So glad to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation to Mr. Noor and to the Somalia Rebuild organization. I won't take too much of your time. I want to do a couple of things first and foremost. First of all, thank you to my colleague for an amazing presentation that he just gave. Very helpful, very useful as well. The real purpose of me being here is, yes, to talk about RCTC, Rochester Community and Technical College, but I really want to make a connection with the Somali community, but also with you as individuals. A little bit about me. Again, my name is Dr. Michael Anthony. I'm the Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management at RCTC. What that really means is that there are a lot of things that happen at a college. Financial aid, advising, admissions, when you apply to go to college, a lot of student support, right? Those things come up under my purview there. So I get to work very closely with people who work directly with your student, right? And with you, if you're a student at the college as well. So my job is a big one. I'm a new person to the city. I came here last year from Chicago, Illinois. I moved to Rochester for the that are different lengths of time. I think sometimes we hear college and we think college is, oh, I have to leave, I take out really large sums of money, I gotta pay a whole lot of money, and I can't work, and I have 4 or 5 years of school. Some people take that path, others don't. So we have options at RCTC from 1 semester to 1 year to 2 years. Some people wanna go in, get their education, and start working, right? I get it. So you have those options. Some people want to take a transfer route. They want us to take a 4-year degree, a master's degree, and beyond. There are lots of options for you and for your kid at RCTC. The books I will leave you talks about that. So I don't know if you want to pass them out now or later. It's going to be up to you. But there's materials in there. Take your time to look through it. Take your time to understand the kind of process about how to get into college. But you don't have to do it alone. So my mother, I told you, my mother and my father didn't go to school. So they never knew how to really help me go through the process. We talked about the FAFSA, the free aid application. We talked about how do you apply for college. They didn't know how to help me with that. And so sometimes they felt really embarrassed. They felt like, well, I can't help you. So good luck. Go make it happen. You don't have to feel like that. That's what I'm there for. That's what people at the college are there for, to help your student, help you understand, what do I want to do? How do I want to make this happen? How much is it gonna cost? What's the first step? Every step of the way, there are people at these colleges who are here to support you in doing that. All you have to do is reach out, right? And we're gonna be there to support you. So I'm gonna leave, I also have pins in there as well, so you can pass those around. We have two things. Pastor, give me some right now. So we have this view book, right? And it talks about everything RCTC, right? So you kind of flip through it. Somebody's pictures in there, how many people we serve in the city. It's really good. But there's a smaller card too, this one. This little one here, right? And this basically goes over the programs we offer. So maybe you want to be a nurse. Maybe your student wants to do auto mechanic. Maybe your student wants to design things, right? Okay, so thank you again for the invitation. And I'll stick around here a little bit as well, then have to make it to another appointment. So thank you so much.
ninkan information fiican oo haystaa ninkan aan ka faa'iidaysano community-gan uu jecel yahay asagana mar walba mataqaanaa weydiino waxaan u baahan wax walba mataqaanaa maskaxda ku imaada aan tagno haduu laa yidhaahdo. Alright, next I would like to introduce Dr. Barlow.
College or university that participates in that program, and by the time they graduate from high school, they can actually also have an associate's degree. You don't have to pay for that. The state of Minnesota pays for that. And so I want you to know, there's no reason why students, your sons, your daughters, should not be taking advantage of these opportunities. Also, one additional thing, and Director Ike may mention this, but the career technical, what is? CTEC. CTEC.
وسكولك يشتغل سكول كله أو هذا المهم ده. So programmers aan tagno aan weydiino mataqaanaa aan booqano haddii wax jiro aan mataqaanaa exactly haddii qof gudaha lagu jiro qof haddii gudaha lagu jiro qof haddii gudaha lagu jiro isku mid maaha. See also mataqaanaa waxyaalaha uu invite Lisa Lori Carroll, sorry, the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Student Development at UMR. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. I am Lori Carroll, and as of this last week, I have a different role at UMR. The University of Minnesota in Rochester is right downtown, and we are focused on serving young people with the potential to have a career in healthcare. My new role at the University of Minnesota Rochester is to serve as Chancellor for the coming year. And I want you to know that I have a more important role than that. And that role in the world is the role of being a parent. I am the mother of a young man and a young woman who are both in college. And my own mother was a teacher. And I have been committed throughout my life to education and to learning. To education and to learning, because I believe that they are inherently transformative. Our previous friends talked about choice and opportunity and how being a learner provides opportunity and choice. I agree with them so much, and I'm very grateful to speak to you as we have something in common. We passionately want our sons and our daughters to have choices, to have opportunities. And if you feel like I do about your children, I know that that's what you want. And yet there are challenges. And I want you to know that if you have a son or daughter interested in any career, any further learning in healthcare, that if they attend the University of Minnesota Rochester, we will, as a community, and as the leader of the community, I can promise you that this is true. We will care for them as you care for them. We have values that all of our students and our faculty and staff sign. They promise to keep the values. Those values include respect, the belief that every human being has worth, that there is potential inside of us, and that the opportunity to learn when we are different helps that potential to grow. So we sign a promise as students, as faculty, as staff, to each other to show respect and to value human potential and to live in community. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Lori,
On a grant right now together for after-school programming, and so he asked me to come and tell you a little bit about community education. So you have heard so far several speakers talking about the college end of education. Community education actually begins with the babies. And so we start with the youngest members of our community, and we serve all the way up through our older members of our community through different programs. So I thought I would tell you a little bit about what we have to offer, and hopefully there are things there that you would be interested in for your family. So our job in community education is really all about connecting people who need to learn something with those who have the knowledge. And so we do that in a number of ways through formal classes, but sometimes people will call our office and just say, we have a question about either something in the school district or something in the community, and we work to get them the answer they're looking for. So we are connecting people who need to learn with those who have the knowledge. And again, we serve all ages. We work quite a bit with other organizations. So Somalia Rebuild Organization is one of our partners. We have many, many partners that we work with on the different programs that we have in community education. And usually those partnerships are happening to solve a community issue of some kind, whether it's access to after-school programming or a health issue in the community, something like that. So in Minnesota, community education has a special place inside of school districts. And this is not true of every state in the country, but in Minnesota, there are laws in the Minnesota state. Children, we will watch them from 6:30 in the morning till school time, and then after school till 6. That's called SAC, or school-age childcare. We also do some after-school programs at the elementary and the middle school level. Is Yahi still here somewhere? I lost him. He's in the back. He's one of our instructors for our after-school program at John Adams Middle School. Summer of Service is a popular program. Kids come in the summer for 2 weeks at a time, and they go all over the community on a school bus, and they do service at different organizations. So they might be painting somewhere, they might be cleaning up, they might be building something, but they're helping our community. Sports and fitness programs, especially at the middle school, we have sports teams. That was several years ago. The district used to run that as part of the school sports, and now it's under community education. We also have programs for adults if you would like to learn about computers, cooking, all kinds of different crafts, career skills. We can help with that. That's called our adult enrichment. And we also take tours on buses where if you've never seen a historical site in Minnesota and you don't want to drive there yourself, you can hop on the bus and come with us. Hawthorne is one of our buildings in community education. And at Hawthorne, we have a very special called an advisory council that meets monthly from October to April. And we also give out about $1,000 grants to community organizations that are working on educational projects. Somalia Rebuild got one of those grants. That's when I first met Omar. And we are always looking for new members of our advisory council. So if you would be willing to give up a couple hours every month to come and share your thoughts about community ed and help us decide which grants to fund, we are always looking for folks.
For them, common sense for them, and how things are, the way they understand things. Being said that, how I grew up and how I was raised was a little bit different how most Americans raise their children. What I learned from there was where you can approach for your child. At the same time, being a strict parent, if you like to be a strict parent, but at the same time, teach them what you expect or a behavior that you expect your child to behave in school or in public places. From there, I have been working with the community, and I have been encouraging a lot of parents the way we have been raised, and the way in a lot of waxaan guursaday sanad gudihiis haddana 5 cunuga ii joogta cunugayga koowaad markaan dhalay maalin kasta waa u labisaa waan u dhaqdhaqaa shaarkaan u geliyaa laakiin markaan cabaar samaynayay iskuulku aaday galabta wuxuu soo noqonay asagoo duufka iska tiray. It was really disappointing. Marka waan fakeray waxaan dhahay waxaad samaynaysa qalad waaye markuu gaaray xoogaa 6 bilood meel soo dhigay waxaan gaaray go'aan inaan shaar u galin inaan surwaal u galin. It takes 2 hours inuu dharkiisa gashto. My second child markaan dhalay marka waan ku bilaabay inuu asaga wax kasta samaysto inuu asaga cuntadiisa cuno inuu asaga samaysto. And that's what my more parenting inteena badan aan samayn inaan cuntada afka u gelino inaan dharka u gelino inaan kabaa u gelino. Marka waxaan go'aansaday inaanan waxbana u samaynin. Marka wuu bartay inuu samaysto wixiisa inuu cuntadiisa cuno inuu dharkiisa gashto. Markasta ilmaha aniga waxaan jeclaa inaan ilmo wax baro baashinkayga aasaaska ah inaan ilmaha wax baro. Marka waxaan samayn jiray waxaan helay book Amy School Education Community Education-ka bil kasta lagu soo diray I think twice a year or 3 times a year. But helaysaa flyerkaas gurigaaga oo lagu soo diray community guri kasta oo magaalada degan loo diraa. Waan fiiriyey galaasiyaan ka qaatay ciyaalkayga cunugii 2 ilaa iyo cunugii 5aad galaasiyaan qaadanayay. Galaaska wuxuu kaa caawinayaa adi iyo cunugaaga sidaad iskula hadli lahaydeen ma ka wadi inaa hadal aad aqoon laakiin saa ula macaamili lahayd saad lagu sheegi lahayd. Waxyaalaha ka soo bartay waxaa ka mid ahaa markii koowaad inaa cunug markaa la hadlaysid aad fadhiisatid oo asaga levelkiisa aad imaatid marka wuxuu sheegaysid. Waxyaalaha kaloo ka soo bartay waxaa ka mid ahaa inaa cunuga markaa wax u sheegaysid ama wax u sheegtid konton goor ku dhacda maskaxdiisa oo inuu fahmo xarafkaas u sheegtay ama waxaas u sheegtay. macnaha waxaad dareemaysaa inay time badan iyo waqti badan u baahan tahay inay cunuga uu qaato wax. Tan kale waxaan ka soo bartay sida cunugaaga ula hadli lahayd si yaroo qabow oo xanaaq ku jirin xataa adoo xanaaqsan oo isqaniinaysid inaad u qosashid. macnaha waxay ku keenaysaa adiga cunuga sida uu communicate gareyn lahayd. Marka waxaan rabaa oo inta iigu muhiimsan maanta ahayd inaa cunugaaga markii aad la hadlaysid inaad si wanaagsan ula hadashid aad u sheegtid waxaad ka expect gareynaysid iyo waxa aan loo baahnayn inuu sameeyo. macnaha waxaad ka expect gareynayso ah homework inuu dhameeyo intuu TV daare oo uu dhamaystiro inuu macnaha gurigiisa qolkiisa clean gareeyo waxyaalaha laga expect gareyn waa George inuu wax ka qabto. midda labaad waxay tahay anaga markaan wax u sheegayno cunuga ama uu wax wanaagsan sameeyo inaan wax wanaagsan uu sameeyo ku faraxno oo aan tusnaan hooy maanta waxaan soo samaysay waa ku faraxsanahay maasha Allah wax fiican baa samaysay oo only aanaa fiirin marka uu wax xun sameeyo kaliya xanaaq aanaa tusin oo aan ku xanaaqin ama wax xun markuu sameeyana inaa u sheegtid waxyaalaha uu haduusan ka soo bixin homework inuu soo sameeyo TV fiirsanayn oo kaleeto waxyaalahaas oo kaleeto inuu ka expect gareynaysa. midda labaad waxa waaye oo aan aad ula soo dhibtooday oo ilaa hadda iska bedeli lahay waxa waaye subconsistent waxaan Somalia ma aqaan consistent waxa lagu dhahaa laakiin waxay ahayd maantay walaalaha oo ragga ah inay wiilashooda noloshooda qayb weyn ka qaataan waliba ay ka qaataan marka uu aad u yar yahay ama basketball la soo ciyaar ama football la soo ciyaar ama casho u raac macnaha inaad xiriir samaysatiin because waxaa dhacaysa haddaada intaa yari aad xiriir la sameyn dee markuu nin weyn noqdo waa adi iyo nin kale oo dariska uun hadda meydgaray camal baa tihiin waad isku dhacaysa waxna uma sheegi kartid laakiin si yaro qabow haddaad hore u haysatid respect you wuu ku ixtiraamayaa aabihiisaad tahay wax fiican baad usoo samaysay waad la sheekaysatay meesha kaa joogo buu garan karaa laakiin badanaa waxaa dhacdo inaysan aabbayaal badani cunugii waqti badan aysan gelin iyagoo ku mashquulsan shaqo iyagoo waxyaalo kale ku mashquulsan marka waxaan ku encourage garaynayaa walaalahayga ragga ah inay wiilashooda waqti badan geliyaan hadduu basketball ciyaarayo inay geysid kasoo qaadid hadduu saakar ciyaarayo inay kasoo qaadid weliba activity-ga wiilasheedna aad bay ugu yar tahay magaalada ma galaan basketball
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته إن شاء الله وحينكم مع العلم يا دمانتين كسوق قبل كسر مانتا حفلة قيمها بدن وعلينا إجازة قصي وعندنا قوة نحيسو وعروتنا قوة هذه ومستقبل كامل أجر يا نوصل هذا إن شاء الله وأنا نعدو يا شكر كان مع نعدو المعلومات أنا وحيد جوا يوتيوب كسوق لدونا يوب سات كنا كنا دوتان تي في على كسوق دونا قولا اللي رجعنا إن شاء الله فقط بربع وحيا على سمبوسي وبيع بتاني إن شاء الله على سيبر مشان جزاكم الله خير وحي سؤال وقبتان أنا جلسوا حريرة أنا هو المبنى يميل له كل إن شاء الله تانك يوم